Hey guys, well, we also welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the next 7 days for Aquarius placements. So if you have Aquarius as your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury or North Node in your birth chart, this reading will be for you. Everything that you need to know about myself, the reading and the channel can be found in the description box below. We're going to get into the read. This is the Modern Witch Tarot that we're using today. So angels of love and light, can we please have clear and concise messages for Aquarius placements? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury and North Node. What do they need to know for the current energies for the next 7 days from whenever they come across this timeless reading? What do they need to know, please and thank you? What do they need to know, please and thank you? 2 more shuffles and then we'll cut up the deck and get into your reading. So thank you for your patience, guys. I really appreciate it. What's going on for Aquarius? Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Gosh, guys, this is absolutely beautiful. Wow. So there is something pretty profound that may be taking place in the next 7 days that's got to do with your finances. There's some sort of abundance or blessing, maybe an unexpected lump sum of money that could be coming your way, that could be life-changing here. I know that sounds a bit far-fetched, but I'm really picking up that I'm getting the energy of something to do with after the partial lunar eclipse that we have on the 17th or 18th of September, depending on obviously, you know, which time zone you're in and all of that. But I feel like something's coming through, like there's a breakthrough to do with your finances or maybe even your career after the lunar eclipse. But whatever this is going to be very solid for you. This new energy, this start that you have been kind of wanting or craving for yourself here. And I feel like you don't see this coming or how this is going to be a possibility for you. Potentially you only have a set way of making money, right? So you may be employed elsewhere in a company and that is your main source of income. Potentially you are self-employed or you're an entrepreneur, etc. And so therefore you're like, well, I just don't know or see how I could have this increase in finances unless it goes in through this particular way of it coming in. But there's something about this lump sum of money which may come through to you very much in a way you're not expecting. And I'm hearing this is just for you, because some of you may be very tempted, right, with whatever you receive, especially if it's a large sum. You'll be wanting to, you know, potentially help others out here in regards to providing that sense of security and safety, you know, that others haven't necessarily, you know, got for themselves. I'm getting that kind of humanitarian type of vibe, but I'm feeling predominantly whatever is coming through for you, this is for you. This is a big blessing for you. And that, of course, if you do want to give onto others, right, then obviously go ahead, you know, do whatever it is that you feel that you would like to do with whatever this is, right? I mean, some of you, this could even be winnings of sort, right? But what I'm picking up on is that this is meant to be something that can really help bring for you the life that you have been wanting. And I'm not picking up on anything totally extravagant here, right? But I feel like this is going to help you substantially with paying off certain debts. I'm hearing certain bills, so that you're kind of, I'm hearing something to do with loans, right? Or paying off for, you know, a deposit for a home or something to do with what have you. This may even be a loan approved to you, right? If you've been thinking about going to the bank and getting a loan or seeing if you are eligible for some sort of grant even. It could be a whole total host of things, right? But I'm getting something substantial to do with this kind of really bringing your life back into balance in regards to your finances, especially if you have felt like, you know, you've been struggling in those certain areas of your life, right? I just saw 555 on the timer, which is a huge angel number representing change. So something is changing up for you. Something is clearing that is going to be cleared for you. Like, you're not going to have to worry or stress over something that you have been for a considerate amount of time. Some of you may have felt like your whole life, you know, you've always had this kind of yo-yo effect of, you know, your finances being okay, you know, being good, and then being kind of like you're scraping by. Like, you've never had that sense of just feeling like you're just doing like you're above water, if you know what I mean. But look, we have the Three of Cups. There's something about celebrating to do with whatever this finances is, okay? And I feel like it's important, guys, that it'd be very tempting to kind of shout it from the rooftops with whatever it is that you've accumulated or you've earned even, because there will be some people who will feel like entitled in some way to whatever this is. But I'm hearing this is your blessing, and it's your well-deserved blessing as well, right? 717 on my timer just came through, so that may be significant. And I do believe the number 17 is the star card in the major arcana, which is you guys, Aquarius. So I'm picking up on something to do with this. Look, the sun, Leo energy. There's big happy changes coming through. Oh my gosh, I'm getting this sense of freedom, this sense of feeling liberated, like everything's getting settled for you, which is really beautiful. 10 of Wands, yeah, I was picking up on that energy beforehand. You have been going through some turbulent times, but you're pulling out of that. You're moving on forward. I love the fact that we have the 10 of Wands here, and then we have an Ace. So you're closing out an old cycle to do with, I'm hearing you've been in survival mode for the longest of times, and you haven't really felt like you've ever really been in that thriving energy. And I feel like there's something shifting where you're going to be genuinely enjoying your life again, living your life again, and you're not going to have to be burdened down with a load of responsibilities or obligations or carrying on. I'm hearing people's negativity and everything else. You're just going to be able to focus fully on yourself in the way that you wish to. Yes, Strength card, Leo energy, double Leo coming through. So you may have significant Leo placements. Right, wow. Yeah, Four of Swords. I feel like you've been on this long journey, spiritually as well. And you've been doing a lot of healing. And it's just got to a point where you're like, where are my manifestations with the Magician? I've been doing all this work, right? But I haven't necessarily received of certain manifestations yet in the physical. And you've been feeling a little bit tired and restless and wondering whether you should give up, trying to bring off something in for yourself, or give up on the idea that things are going to be improving for you. I feel like you've really had to hang on in there and just know it literally feels like at the last second where all these beautiful energies are coming in and you're letting go and surrendering and just allowing the universe to come through and co-create with you and do their heavy lifting, right? So that you can take a load off, I'm hearing, so that you can just finally be like in that more receptive energy. Because I feel like you have been someone who has persevered, you know, you've fought many battles here, you've gone through things a lot on your own, and you may have felt you were very alone for quite some time. But this is like a word of encouragement to let you know that your time is coming and that there is very happy news on its way to you. And I feel like it's just going to be this kind of domino effect of one thing kind of happening, taking place, and then lots of other things kind of all perfectly lining up for you. And there's this massive change to do with your, especially your like day-to-day kind of current life, right? Yeah, Empress, Taurus, Libra energy, Divine Feminine now coming through. You may resonate with Divine Feminine energy. you know, this is really intriguing because we have quite a lot of masculine energy coming through. Now I'm reading energy rather than gender or sex, right? And the masculine energy is to do with doing, right? It's to do with being active, yeah. It's to do with pushing. It's to do with kind of getting things to happen, not necessarily forcing things to happen, right? But there's been a lot of action taking place. And I feel you've got to a point where you felt maybe even burnt out, or you've even felt a little bit sick. You've been dealing potentially with ascension symptoms, right? You could be I'm hearing sleeping longer, if I can talk, please, Spirit. You've been sleeping longer than you would do usually, or when you get up in the morning, it's like you have a whole host of things that you could do or you're needing to do, but then you just don't have the energy at all to kind of carry on through with any of it, or you've been dealing with lack of motivation or drive to get these particular things done because you've already been putting so much in beforehand, I'm hearing up until now. And it's like, oh, when can I finally catch this break where I'm not having to constantly be on the go or constantly be on the move or constantly have to, you know, I'm hearing juggle like 15 different plates in the air, right? To get everything to be working in the way that it needs to in a cohesive manner so that I can feel that my life is somewhat on track here. And it's been very difficult, I'm hearing, for you to shift and become in your more receptive feminine energy and just be like open to receive, right? That's been a hard lesson for you, especially if you've been surrounded by, you know, family members, friends, loved ones, or people that you've worked with, okay? That was always like, you know, you have to work hard. You have to constantly work hard or work even harder, I'm hearing, than your competitors are. And you're just like, I can't work hard anymore, right? I just don't feel like I can do that anymore. And it's not because you're being lazy or you don't feel like, you know, you can't be bothered or anything like that. It's just a sense of, I already feel like I've been putting so much time, effort, energy in just to feel like I'm on an equal footing with everyone else around me. And it just doesn't seem to matter. Like I feel like I had to work 3 times harder than everyone else, I'm hearing, just to prove the point that I should be seen or respected the same as others here. So I am picking up on something to do with neurodivergence, maybe significant for you, right? But if that's not necessarily the case or that doesn't resonate, then I'm picking up on someone who could already be a mother or a father here, a parent, or you could be somebody that has this kind of role of taking care of others, like being of service in some way, or a caretaker type of job or role. And I'm picking up it's just been so much to the point where you feel like you haven't even had time for yourself. Like I'm getting something to do with restless thoughts, right? Not being able to just fully rest, right? It's a sense of like you could have a weekend off potentially. I'm hearing if that's a rare thing, right? If you had a weekend off, you could easily spend the whole 48 hours or so in bed and not lifting a muscle. And then still after the weekend, you literally, if you're going back to work, you're like, I can just about feel like I'm all right to be able to get through the week, but you feel like you're completely exhausted, like worn out, I'm hearing, completely worn out. And something is, I'm hearing, has been needing to shift for you to have a different perspective and take on less, I'm hearing, delegate more, and potentially be kinder and more compassionate with yourself, that, you know, you don't have to be productive 100% of the time, all the time, to get to where it is that you want to go. And sometimes it actually pays more dividends, I'm hearing, to give yourself the time to, I'm hearing less is more. I'm hearing less is more. Yeah. 4 of Pentacles flew out with the King of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like a huge reason for all of this in the undercurrent is the fact that you have this major drive to be independent, to be stable, to be financially secure, to have of your own here, okay? I feel like some of you may not necessarily have something that you can call of your own, right? Yeah, that's something you have been yearning for, longing for even, so that you can have, I'm hearing, your own space. I'm hearing a place to call home, somewhere you can just kick back, relax, and that it's yours, okay? But you guys have been really stressing. Yeah, as I say, that Nine of Swords flew out. I mean, are you kidding? This is someone was having insomnia, sleepless nights, nightmares even, right? So many concerns and worries about, I'm hearing, how to just be able to get by. If I will take any moment, right, to focus and prioritize my sense of self-care, then that means there's less time for me to do the work that I'm needing to do, or be able to work on a project so that can help me move me on forward, or like what have you. Yeah, there's definitely a strong focus and drive here with the Six of Wands to have something launch or take off for you in your career, or getting a promotion, or starting of your own business, or to be able to create something whereby you're having more freedom, more flexibility to do with your work life. I'm hearing like a balance, but you've been wondering when you're going to be recognized for the work that you have been putting out there. Or also even just in regards to the inner healing that you have done, the shadow work, you know, going through all the karmic lessons that you have and spiritually evolving here and developing in regards to your, you know, yourself, right? With the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, yeah, the thing is, you've been left feeling very disappointed. You know, your cup has been, you know, half empty rather than half full. But that has been very difficult to switch that around and to have a completely different perspective on everything that you've gone through and the reasons why that you have. And I'm hearing to take all of this, you know, information that you've gained, all this experience and knowledge about yourself, this sense of self-awareness, and bring it home to you, and then having a closer look and reevaluating. You know, obviously something hasn't been right. You know, I have been feeling a bit off, and I wonder why that is, right? You know, but you will be able to get through whatever it is that you're getting through, right? Or going through as of right now. But it's taken everything out of you. Look at this. We have the Emperor, Aries energy. We have Empress and Emperor. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, there's been this difficulty of trying to strike a balance with your masculine and feminine energy, and you're being called to get into more of your feminine energy, but there is this kind of like holding on to, I'm hearing a past version of yourself, or even the current version of yourself, because you've always been doing something in a particular type of way, and it's got to the point where you're realizing that, I'm hearing, you're not a robot. You can't work like a dog and just think of yourself and disassociate like you're some sort of robot, and that you don't have feelings, or that you don't need to tend to your emotions, or that you need to rest, or that you need to take care of yourself. Like, there's been this full-on kind of vibe with you where you're like, do you know what, no matter what I am going to go through, I'm hearing, I don't care if it kills me, I'm going to make sure I have this, that and the third, because I feel that there's something about having a certain goal being achieved, or an accomplishment, or maybe accumulating a certain amount of money or savings, or getting to a certain destination. But it's a sense of, you're going to be getting to the destination that you wish for, but you've kind of been, I'm getting like a tunnel vision, right? I'm getting a tunnel vision of just seeing something only in one particular way, like a little bit like black and white thinking, right? Well, if I just carry on this path, and if I just do it this way, the way that I know how, I am going to get to where I'm going to get to, and I will get there and everything's going to be okay. But then you get to the point where you're feeling so shattered, or there's something still about, I'm hearing, not enjoying the process of the journey of getting to where you are wanting to get to, or having that sense of full appreciation for yourself, or for what it is that you have actually achieved or overcome to be in this position and place that you are currently now. And I'm not picking up on the fact that you're not grateful for where you currently are now, but there's always this sense of striving to be better, striving to have more, striving, this want, this desire, this feel of this need to have more and more, and wanting more all the time. And when is it never enough? When is it not enough? And there's something within you that is like, well, I'm hearing I am enough already as I am. I am enough already as I am. And I feel like there is the sense of putting a lot of pressure on oneself here to carry on a particular way, and not being necessarily open to the possibility that you could get to your particular goals, or the sense of success, or these victories, or gaining, or whatever it is that you have been wanting or to receive here, if you were to go through things in a different way. Like, there isn't even then the possibility that something could take place for you in a different way. And I feel like you guys are very much tapped in, right, to source, having the understanding, of the universe. And I'm hearing the different laws, universal laws, etc. I feel like you're very clued in, like you've done your research, you've done your healing, you've been, you're someone who is very in tune, right? But then there's that sense, that part of you whereby it's like you have all this information and knowledge, and you're so tuned in, but then you're not quite kind of believing still on some level that there are other ways that all of this abundance or prosperity or blessings can come through for you in a different way. Yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like you've been a little bit set in your ways, right? Or you've been fearful about changing up something to do with your ways of being or doing of things, because there has been that sense of comfort. And I feel like you're wanting to explore, you're very innovative, you're very creative, and you guys are individuals who usually think outside the box. But when it comes to a particular topic or subject, I'm hearing that is of great importance for you, especially when it means so much. Especially I'm getting finances and career. It's like, I don't know, I just feel like you're not kind of seeing the bigger picture of something. There's a sense of pushing against, like, I'm hearing like you're not necessarily going down the path of least resistance. But I feel that's predominantly because you've always had to push. You've always had to push. You've always had to strive. You always have had to kind of feel like you're on top and controlling of certain things, or so much here. But you're getting to the point of burnout or complete exhaustion, and you're realizing that it's not healthy. And I feel like you're being kind of guided to take a step back. I'm hearing getting more in line with your energy again. I'm getting something to do with regulating of your emotions. I'm hearing grounding, meditation may be very significant for you, or energy cleansing, right? I'm hearing something to do with your environment is not healthy. It could be people that you live with. It could be something that is set up in the home that is not quite sufficient, that's not quite really giving you the benefit and the help that you need to have of the level up, and you may not even be seeing of it, right? Everything is fine. 10 of Swords, 10 may be significant for you. You could be seeing of these numbers, but you may have also kind of let on to other people that you're okay and you're just pushing on forward and you're doing everything yourself. But actually there's a sense of pride in regards to like how you're carrying yourself and how you're doing of everything, and everyone's kind of like, wow, you're inspiration, how is it you've managed to do this, that and the third? But you're going to bed at night, right, feeling kind of like, I can't keep doing of this, and I can't keep putting on this facade or this front that I'm all right, when actually I'm not. And I would love to have a helping hand or somebody else there to support me, or I would love to be able to connect with more individuals that are like-minded, who are actually going to get what it is that I'm going through or how I'm feeling, or to even be dealing with someone that could be mentoring you or tutoring you in some sort of way for the sense of advancement or guidance or reassurance, even that you're on the right path, or to kind of see things in a different way, right? Interesting. What's that kind of flew out? Ten of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces with the Magician. Some of you have been manifesting to move, to relocate. Some of you have been manifesting, you know, the opportunities to start a family or to have a love relationship. You know, someone that you could potentially settle down with or build a life with. I'm even hearing that, you know, some of you may be in contemplation about working from home, or you are wanting to, if you already have something set up at your home already, you're wanting to change it so that it's more aligned with you in regards to your creative expression, so that it matches more of your true authentic self, and you know, you're able to have I'm hearing a more easier time to manifest with certain things, right? Interesting. Yeah, well, there's your card, Aquarius, with the King of Swords coming through. Why is the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Cups fly out together? Eight of Swords. Yeah, definitely. Some of you are feeling restricted in your home, like something is far from ideal. Okay, with the Page of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and yeah, the Four of Pentacles. There's something that is looking a certain type of way on the outside to others. Everyone may get this impression that you're fine, but there's something where you're really trying to keep yourself together and showcase this kind of strong front that everything's all right, but it's not. I keep getting that. You may actually have been kind of yearning for the sense of Ten of Pentacles, but you've been currently dealing with the Four or the Five. So you have felt like, you know, money comes in quickly and then it goes out just as quickly, or, you know, you're left in some sort of deficit to do with, you know, you're able to pay off of certain things. And then it's like, well, I haven't really got anything to kind of last me over till the end of the month until I next get paid. Or you've had to kind of talk to others, you know, and potentially ask to borrow of money here and then pay them back, and then, or something to do with getting into this cycle or this loop of feeling that whatever issues that you're currently dealing with, that you're not able to fully communicate in the way that you wish to. Like you feel like you're silenced or held back in some way. But something is changing up for you where you're moving on to calmer waters here, and your finances are significantly improving. Yeah, and there's a new beginning coming through for you with the Fool, and then there's your card, Aquarius, with the Star. So very synchronistic. This is literally going to feel like a miracle taking place in your life, where you're finally able to leave a part of your life behind and start something fresh, because you're ready for new, you're ready for change with the Three of Wands, but you are a little bit anxious about what this change is. But you are being told to go for it, and you'll get given the green light to move yourself forward and allow yourself, I'm hearing, to receive. And I'm hearing to have this huge upgrade in your life, that it's not just financial and material, but in regards to everything else improving around for you as well. Seven of Swords, why have you come through? Six of Wands. The Devil, wow. Capricorn energy, yeah, and the Lovers. Gemini energy, Nine of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles. Well, we got that right at the beginning, didn't we, with the Justice card. So guys, few messages coming through. Libra may be significant as well. I'm getting this strong energy of feeling like this imposter syndrome, right? I'm really picking up on that. I feel that there's this potential for perfectionism or being a bit of a workaholic, right? I feel that there's a sense of wanting to take risks, but then being unsure about whether the risks are going to pay off. So you hold yourself back, or you keep telling yourself that it's going to be unsuccessful. So therefore, what's the point in taking of the risks? I feel that also you guys have had people around you that see of your potential and see that you have this light about you, and they don't like what they see. It makes them feel insecure. It makes them feel unconfident about themselves. It makes them doubt themselves. And so therefore they feel like, you know, the best thing to do to make themselves feel better is to put you down by doing or saying of certain things, maybe about you or your work, or projecting of certain opinions against you. And it's kind of, you know, very disheartening, to be honest, because on some level there could be certain individuals here who you have these kind of closer relationships or connections with, and it's like in one moment they're kind of, oh, I'm really happy for you that you hit a particular goal or a milestone, or this has come through for you. But then, you know, as soon as you turn your back, it's like they're plotting some sort of way to kind of bring you down off of that pedestal, or feel like you are putting yourself on the pedestal, or that you are better than them, or etc, etc, when that's not the case. I feel you guys are very humble. I feel like you're very modest. I feel like you have worked exceptionally hard on yourself here. You've been very driven and ambitious, and you know, you've taken no shortcuts. You know, there's been no get rich quick schemes. There's been nothing that is illegal or criminal that you've been doing here. It's all been above board. And, you know, with this influx of this potential abundance or these changes coming through for you, where your life is finally going to be, you know, the way that it is that you've been hoping for it to be, I'm hearing by now, is because of the good karma that you have accumulated, because you've just been focusing on yourself and you've been retreating from certain individuals, people, places and things that have been kind of draining of your energy in some way, or having that recognition that these people, you know, have these other ulterior motives against you. And that could be something that is brought to the spotlight, to the limelight here, in the recognition that these people, I'm hearing, have had it out for you from day one, which could be incredibly sad, because these people could be individuals that are, you know, tied to you in some way, maybe through friends or through family. I'm picking up on karmic family members here, or people that you used to be involved with romantically. Or if you're dealing with anyone romantic as of right now, then there could be something that they're not necessarily showcasing to you here. There could be some sort of lies. There could have been cheating or infidelity here, or there's a sense of having a realization that they have tried to strengthen a connection with you because of some sort of materialistic gain. Something maybe to do with codependency, or there's been a legal issue that you've had difficulty with trying to resolve, as there's been two people here who have not been seeing eye to eye, and there's a sense of wanting it to be all mediated and to close off a situation off, but somebody has been dragging something out because they may have felt like they were going to have the upper hand and something was going to work out and win in their favor, and they can't, and or they won't accept that it's going to be you that's coming out on top, that you're going to be the one that's winning or getting this favorable outcome or something going in your favor. And, you know, I feel like there's something karmic to do with this connection or this association, whatever it is. I mean, it could even be to do with a business partnership even, right? Or if you and someone were trying to go through the process of a divorce, or you're trying to kind of sort out the assets to do with a property or some sort of land or a business, or in regards to maybe child support, what have you. There's something that has been going on here that has been really testing of your patience, and I feel like for the most part you have been doing your utmost to come across as the bigger person, right? And to be patient and know that these particular things are going to, you know, unfold in the way that they need to, and that you will have your positive outcome come through for you, and not wanting to kind of seek revenge. Like you may have been tempted to be like, oh, well, two can play at that game type of thing, but I feel like you haven't stooped to that particular level, whereby there could have been this kind of interesting energy of trying to tempt you to be acting out more from your ego or from your shadow in regards to them. So therefore they look like, I'm hearing, the victim rather than you, right? And so therefore they can call out to everyone around, I'm hearing, whoever is watching, to make it look like, oh, see what I have to put up with, see what I have to deal with, when actually you haven't done of anything at all. I'm getting something to do with reactive abuse. Oh, guys, okay. So I'm getting something to do with manipulation here and narcissism as well. I'm getting this kind of thief energy as well, like something fraudulent. So somebody may have tried to make you feel on some level that you were a fraud, or that you were a fake, you were a phony, and that you're not gifted, you're not talented, you weren't meant to be ever successful. And, you know, all of a sudden I feel like you are having this upswing of this huge advancement, improvement in many areas of your life, especially in your career and finances. And I'm hearing the haters are hating even more so now, because they see that you're about to have this come up, this glow up, this level up, right? And they all thought, and I'm hearing, that you wouldn't get to where you're about to get to, that you wouldn't be reaching the new heights that you're about to be reaching. I'm getting like there's been people have been preying on your downfall, okay? And I'm getting like prey as in predator and prey. So there was something whereby other people may have felt like, you know, you were weak, right? You know, and you've had to be strong all the time to prove a point that you're not weak. Or there had been this potential energy of feeling like, well, if I do come across as, you know, not strong all the time, then I am weak. But you're not weak at all. I'm hearing far from it, right? But there's something here to do with jealous and envy as well. Like there will be people, especially friends, family members, or people that you've worked with, or partnerships, etc., that are definitely going to be feeling very triggered, that you're about to have, I'm hearing, the scales balance in your favor. And I'm hearing you're going to see people for their true colors. And it's going to illuminate so much for you. But with this taking place, it's then going to allow you to be like, right, I don't feel bad or guilty about leaving certain people, places, or things in the past anymore. At one point, you may have had this intuitive feeling that was so strong that something wasn't right, but then you couldn't quite put your finger on it because certain evidence hadn't come through or given you that sense of confirmation that you were on the right lines of thinking and feeling in regards to certain individuals that you were dealing with, I'm hearing, on a regular basis or daily basis or occasional business, however it is, right? You felt something was off. And I feel that what's coming through for you is that you're having, the rose tinted glasses come off, or other people are going to be seen in complete broad daylight, right? Like it's so bright to the point where they're trying to, I'm hearing like quiver and hide, like into a dark corner in a dark space. Do you know what's really come to mind? I know it's so incredibly random, but it's like when you go to a nightclub, right? You go to a nightclub and you're going dancing, whatever, and you're there, and obviously it's about to close, right? About 3-4 in the morning or whatever it is. And in the nightclub, obviously you talk or mix with certain individuals, and there could be someone that you're talking to that there's potentially a romantic interest, right? And then obviously all the lights come on all at once, and then it's so bright because you've been in darkness for the past 4 or 5 hours or whatever it is, and then you see everything, and you're like, oh gosh, there's a bit of an adjustment. And then you're realizing whoever you're talking to, you're like, oh gosh, yeah, they look a little bit different under the real light that's come through. There's something about that aha moment when you're like, oh, did they always look like that? Did they always look like that? Or did I just, what is this, right? So I feel like this it's like the club lights are coming on, at the end of the night, and you're seeing absolutely everything for what it is, but it's going to give you that sense of confirmation and comfort and reassurance and validation that you can trust of yourself and your instincts, and know that, whatever or whoever you've been dealing with, right, is coming to an end, because it's like you're closing the door, a chapter to do with that scenario. Yeah, I do feel like there's some sort of compensation. I was getting conversation as well in regards to your career. There could be a payout, maybe something to do with inheritance or a will as well. Or someone's coming through with an offer, an opportunity that's going to allow you to have this kind of big break that you've been hoping and wishing for, right? But it may not necessarily seem at first like it's going to lead to bigger things straight from the off, right? I feel like it's going to be something that's small and then goes from there. So if anyone does come through with an offer and straight out the gate, okay, it comes across as too good to be true, like trying to lure you in, or like get you kind of legally tied in some way to do with the contract, just kind of like recognize it's kind of like love bombing, but not in a love way, like romantically. I'm getting like more in a love bombing way to entice somebody to be like take on this contract, this is, you don't want to miss out on this, etc., etc. And you're like, hang on, I'm not quite sure about that, so I feel I should just give myself some time to think, to kind of, and obviously that may be agitating for whoever you're dealing with, because they'll want to kind of quickly rush in and make you make that impulsive decision or rash decision to sign on the dotted line for something that actually is going to work more in their favour than it is going to be something that's actually balanced between you and that individual. And then it's going to be even harder for you to get out of, or there's something that was rigged in their favour, and then later on the line you're noticing or recognising, and it's taken longer for you to then exit, right? To come out of this particular sense of enslavement to do with whatever this is. 44 minutes and 44 seconds on my timer may be significant. I'm also hearing, guys, be careful of scammers. Be careful of scammers. Yeah, especially anybody, like I'm hearing online or potentially like through phone calls. I'm getting cold calling, right? They're not who they are. I'm getting fraudsters. There's this sense of deception. So they come across as very friendly, very helpful, etc. But they're actually trying to maybe see how much money that you have that they can take from you. yeah, I'm just saying, just be careful of scammers, which is really, really interesting. But also do know as well that there will be offers coming through, and you may be a little bit like, oh, if these, you know, seem too good to be true. But they are true, they are genuine, and it's because you've worked very hard for this. Like, you are deserving of this, that you're meant to be very successful, and these people are there to support you. And, you know, they want to collaborate with you and co-create with you and all of this. And so, yeah, there are certain things coming through where you're like, absolutely no, you know, I don't feel right about this. But if an offer does come across as too good to be true, and you're a little bit dubious, but then actually, if you were to kind of, you know, go through the process like logically and make sure everything is, you know, done or written in a particular type of way or what have you, I feel like something could be actually good for you, that's going to help you become self-sufficient and able for you to leave of a troubling situation that you've been dealing with. So I'm getting multiple energies to do with the offer. Obviously, please use your own sense of discernment with whatever that may kind of pertain to you. And just don't feel like you have to rush on anything or be careless on anything, because, you know, just take the time to reevaluate. And if anybody is uncomfortable or kind of feeling like, you know, you should be getting back to them as soon as possible, I'm hearing great big red flag, and that's given you that confirmation, that clarity. I've been like, I know now definitely not to be associating with that particular individual because they're trying to force me into something or making of a decision when I'm not fully ready to go ahead with this as of yet. So it's interesting, right, how certain things kind of align or work out, or not necessarily work out for you, but that isn't meant to be for you, if you get what I mean. Wow. Oh my goodness. So many messages came through. This was actually really interesting. We have Leo coming through very strongly, Taurus, Libra, Aries, double Aries as well, Gemini, Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, maybe very significant as well. And any of the other signs that came through that you feel may resonate too. But we have 1010, 111, 1111, 999, 777, 333, 888, and 666 could be significant. Anything else? 414 I just got told as well. Okay, but that's going to be the end of the read. So I hope, guys, that there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. And if you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below for the channel, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much, guys, to those of you who have already donated. I greatly appreciate you guys. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments when I can. So thank you so much. Please hit the notification bell so you get an alert as to when I post another video for you and you don't miss out on future updates or content available on the channel. And please feel free to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury or North Node placements in the other zodiac signs so you can receive more messages to do with the current energy check-in timeless next 7-day reads. But sending love and light your way, many blessings, please take care, and I'll see you and speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye, guys.